And so this brings me to my next question. If you have set boundaries however you want to look at it, is it different for different friends?
Yes, it is. Because the relationship that I have with friends is going to be different based on, the relationship we have with each other. My relationship with Jasmine is different. My relationship with Ashley is different. My relationship with Tasha is different. My relationship with you is different. So if again, I don't really like to think of boundaries, because especially as it relates to this group, because there aren't any.
Right.
I'm trying to think if I have a friend that I have boundaries with. I think it is different because the relationships with people are different, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
I think who you need to set boundaries with. So luckily in this group, I think it's a common thing. We've just said it. We haven't really had to go there yet. But I think who to set them with once they cross that line, or sometimes you can just tell from their vibe, just right off the bat. I know I'm an empath, and I know Tasha is an empath. I know Ashley is kind of like an empath. I have a little bit off of feelings a little bit, and if the feeling ain't right, then I don't even need to set a boundary. I'm probably not gonna kick it, just off GP. But I think with different courses of friends, I wouldn't say the word boundary, but I would probably say the conversations are different.
Okay.
By friend, they're a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you said too, this question made me look at it differently, because with clients, I've had it in clients become friends, and some clients are, at the salon, or clients for 10 years, 5 years, whatever. What I have noticed, what the boundaries I do have to set, is how often they're calling me, which that part doesn't bother me so much, but it's the hours. Because sometimes new clients will text me, and old clients, literally 2 a.m., midnight, 5 a.m. And I'm just like, okay, so we need to have a conversation. Right. So that's my thing. And as people know, I'm not the best with responding all the time, but that's right now I have 67 text messages. So I try my best, and I can't always get back to everybody. So when somebody's blowing me up, or calling me at odd hours, or calling me back to back. And even my husband, Esteban, knows I do not like anyone calling me 3 or 4 times. If I can answer, I'm gonna answer the first time. If I can't, don't keep calling my phone. So that's my only boundary, where I get a little funny, because I'm like, I don't like it. Don't do it. Some people may not mind, but I don't like it. So that's the one thing that I do have to tell people nicely. For me, this isn't okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Don't be blowing my phone up. It needs to be an emergency, a legit, something is wrong. And then but that is my boundary. I'll allow certain, y'all can blow me. I'll be fine with it, because I know in my mind that y'all aren't blowing me up just to blow me up. Y'all aren't blowing me up just to say, hey, did you watch The Masked Singer the other day? No, if y'all are blowing me up, it is for a specific reason. And so I get that, you have to set those with certain people, yo, calm down. You're doing too much, bro. You're doing too much. And I'm the king of doing too much. So if I say you're doing too much, you're doing too much. Anyone else? Let me move on to the next question. Good? All right. Something Ashley has said, though, earlier that kind of sparked this question. How you said, you don't want to get involved in, people's relationships and stuff. That's, your boundary you set for yourself. And that's great. What do you do when 2 friends in your friend group are dating and then they break up? How do you navigate that? And this is personal.
I think that in a relationship, the friendships can still be created independently, so that if they separate, the friendships can be maintained independently. It isn't a choice of who I'm going to choose. To me, a person will show you who they are, and it's your job to believe them. If you guys were a certain way in the relationship and you show me after you split that you're different, then I'm going to lean towards the person who shows me that they're still the same real person that I met when you guys were together. If that changes, then I'm out. So that's my view on that. It's very easy to maintain. If you're the same motherfucker that I met when y'all was together, then we're gonna continue to fuck with each other when y'all separate. But if you show me that you're different, then I'm out.
Yeah, I agree with that. Who else?
This is tricky, Elias, because how, you know, I think some of it depends on the breakup too, in a way. Like, here's the thing. I think that within, and as you said it, and everyone has said it thus far, this friend group is a little unique, right? We're just a little bit unique. But I feel like if they break up, especially with dealing with me, I can see it being difficult putting on events where we're all friends, and then the broken up couple, it'd be awkward because they may not want to be in the same building, or, you know, just whatever the case may be. So I do find it a little awkward to be like that, because I'm not going to pick and choose. You know, you're going to have to choose who's going to come and who's not going to come. That's going to be on you, because I'm an adult and it's not my relationship. So, but I'm cool to, like Dan said, I'm cool to be friends before, during, and after, but all that's going to really depend on you and how you act, because Jasmine's not going to change. It wasn't my relationship that, you know, broke up. I wasn't, if, you know, no matter what, I'm not going to change because you two broke up. So I'm not going to change for anything. So I would expect you not to. And if you do, I get it. I understand. And if you feel like you need to push back a little bit away from the group because it's a little bit too much, I understand that too. So, and no love lost ever in that. You know, I want to reiterate, no love lost, but it's life. It's life.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Like I said, actually, when you mentioned not being in couples, I like it just sparked, you know, some stuff, some past stuff. But for me, like, yeah, I agree and ditto with what everyone's saying. But I can admit, like, some years back when I had two friends, they were together, date, and then they broke up. And so it was interesting, because that was, for me, the first time that's ever really happened, where I felt like I was close to both parties, even though I met one party first and then became friends with their, you know, significant other. When they broke up, I was like, okay, so what do I do now? Because, like I said, I'm the type, like, I'm grown, like the whole conflict thing, like I don't got time for it. So, like, I remember, like, talking to both people and being like, look, y'all know me, I'm always going to throw parties, I'm always going to have this, that, or the other. It is up to you all to decide whether you are going to show up or not. It's up to you all to decide how we are going to navigate this. And so I had to sit back and watch, because as Dan said, like, if someone was to switch up, then that would let me know how I needed to move. So I had to just sit back and watch and see how everything played out. Luckily, you know, I was able to maintain friendships on both sides, and it, you know, it's all great and gravy and blah, blah, blah. But that is something I know, like, some people out there, they deal with, like, someone, you know, the people in their friend group date, they break up. Now you're sitting back like, do I pick this side? Do I do this side? You know, blah, blah, blah. For me, only way I pick one side over the other is if the one person did something so horrendous, so terrible. It's just like, yeah, like, I can't rock with you like that, because if you would do that to someone you claim you're in love with, who knows what you'll do to me.
I think the same goes.
So that's
even
just my.
When, no, I agree with you, Elias, and everybody. I think the same goes even when it's two friends that aren't necessarily in a relationship, but they kind of fall out. Because I haven't had, I was around what we're talking about, but I was so new to the group, I stayed friends with both. But I've had definitely more experiences where two friends fall out, not within this group. And my thing is, again, unless it's something like horrible, I'm both your friends. I love you both. I'm not picking a side. And I've had, you know, one person who got really upset with me about it. I'm sorry. Again, if you guys haven't gotten to a fight, if the person ain't stole from you, she ain't slept with your man, this is too much. I got my own stuff going on. I love you both. And if you decide that I have to choose, then you're making the decision for me.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I choose. I just think it's. I feel like I'm kind of with Elias. It's about what you put into it. So I mean, I just I will cut somebody off quick. It's just a reflex for me to just let something go and not linger on it. I just feel like I got too much going on sometimes to spend trying to feed into negative energy. So I mean, if we can't be friends because I'm friends with somebody, that's a decision that you've made. It's not a decision I made, and I'm okay with it. It's not going to bother me.
Yeah. See, it would bother me because I'm just that kind of person. You don't want to be my friend no more? No. You're going to be my freaking friend. Forget what you said. Like, I will do everything. Like, no. And it's kind of funny, though. Like, when my friends broke up, one friend, in the beginning, they were a little iffy with me because I was still friends with, their partner that they broke up with. And so I had to kind of pull them along, like, look, just because I'm still friends with that person, like what we do is with us, that's between us, like, so like, yeah, I don't like people dumping me. So I'm like, no, you're gonna be my friend. Forget what you said, but yeah, everything everyone says. Awesome. All right. I think we may have answered this sort of in what we just talked about, but I'm gonna answer anyway in case you all have something different to say. What advice would you give other people, or whatever? What advice would you give for handling conflict amongst your friends?
What advice would you give if there's conflict?
Yeah, like what advice you would give for handling conflict amongst friends? And quick, Dan, I saw your question. Yeah, go ahead. Go handle that. Go get your charger, bro.
Oh gosh, how to handle conflict. I'm just gonna go first and say that I do not think when it comes to conflict, because I deal with it on my 9 to 5, the last thing I'm trying to deal with, it is in my friend group. Yeah. So if there's conflict, I would love to have a conversation, and I'm the type that wants to have the conversation now. I don't want to have it later. I want to have it now, because I want to know now how we should proceed going forward, or what I can do to fix it or rectify it. But on the other hand, the only reason why I want to talk about it now is because I don't know if it's a Pisces thing, but I will and especially when you incorporate something as big as COVID, right? Out of sight, out of mind. So that helps, in my opinion. If I'm dealing with a conflict that can't be resolved, I'm not gonna run into you nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. So we ain't go. But generally, I like to live a stress-free life. I don't like conflict in any relationship. But I know it's something that happens because, like you said earlier, we're all human. Conflict, we're just different individuals. But I don't deal with it for long. If we can't fix it, then I'm just gonna move on, and so can you. And that's it. And it's okay to agree to disagree or mutually not agree. You know what I'm saying? It's not, like I said earlier, no love lost, but I don't do conflict very well. I would like to nip it in the bud or move on.
Yeah, see, I need to take a page out of your book because, like I said, I don't like to be dumped. And so I am going to try to figure out a way to solve it, no matter how long it takes. Like, that should be, and that's a bad trait to have because it really do be stressing me out. But it's the truth. Like, for me, like, when there's conflict, I am trying to be the problem solver. And I think most of you can attest to this, especially you, Jazz. Like, I'm the type that will sit back and look at every scenario so I can see the entire picture. Like, oh, so-and-so did this. Well, maybe they did this because of A. Well, if it's not A, then maybe they did it because of B. If it's not B, maybe they did it because of C. If it's not C, maybe they did it because of D, and so forth and so forth. Because I'm just like, I have to fix it. Like, I don't know why. I just have to fix stuff. I don't like, I I don't like friends breaking up. I don't like the conflict at all. I like to fix stuff. And for me, it's hard to let go. I was friends with someone for 10 years who I called my best friend. And it was hard. Even to this day, and we haven't been friends for almost 3 years now. But even to this day, like I'll think about it and it still bothers me. And I want to fix it, even though I know that it's never going to happen. And I'm finally at a place where I can let it go and be like, you know what, it is what it is. But for me in conflict, I just want to fix stuff. I don't know why. It's just in my nature to fix. I'm Bob the Builder. I'm trying to fix shit.
I actually have a really bad habit. I think that's a good question. I have a bad habit of not bringing up things when I should. For the opposite reason, I deal with a lot of confrontation in my job every day. As a realtor, I am going back and forth with idiots who are very well paid and their jobs are to keep people out of court. And it's like they want to drag me in it. And I'm going back and forth with them all the time. So when I have issues with friends, I don't want the brain damage of having to go to them and tell them like, bro, why the fuck did you do that? You know, so I make the mistake of not saying it and letting it kind of, you know, sit in. And then to your point, Elias, I do think about why they did it when really the right thing to do is just ask them. If you're friends, you should be able to go directly to them and ask them and expect that they're going to be honest. But I make the mistake often of assuming why they did it, what you just said. Well, maybe they did it because of this, but if they did it because of that and they're my friend, why the fuck would they do that? And so I'm talking myself into this hole that becomes a black hole. Now I have this incorrect perception of someone that I called a friend that I should have just given them the respect of telling them. So I think the advice that I would give to someone is if you truly consider that person a friend, and if the definition of a friend is someone that you care about, someone that you trust, someone that you can be yourself around, then you should go to them and tell them when you have a problem. Now, maybe not in that moment. If you're a Scorpio like me, your mouth gets a little flippant and you might want to hold that until you get your words right. For any Scorpios that are watching this, please, your mouth is very lethal, so be careful of your words. But you should still talk about it, you know, when you're at a place where you can think clearly about what you're saying. That's my thoughts about that.
I feel that. Yes. Anybody else? Anyone else with some advice? Your take? Go ahead.
I guess the only thing I would say is be honest. I feel like the more honest you are with your friends, like I feel like it just brings a level of understanding. I feel like sometimes people feel like they won't understand, and like that's why I gotta do it like this. And the truth is, like, these are your friends. They will understand, and they're probably gonna like help you like get through it and actually help you, you know. But if it's like a true conflict, I guess I would say, I don't know, pray about it. And just like, I guess, in my opinion, just ask like, do you really want to still be friends with this person? You know, I mean, if the answer is yes, I say do whatever you can to mend that and rectify it. But I mean, if it's something you can't go back from, I think it just depends on what they do. So, and what you can handle, because you gotta live with it.
Yes. All right. What's up?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that you should try and really lead with open communication, you know, come from a place of love, and also just try not to take things so personal, because a lot of times people do and say things and we always think it's about us and take it as an attack when so often it's not, and really has nothing to do with you. When you talk to them, you'll figure that out. And it doesn't mean what they did is okay, but I just think if you just remove yourself and don't look at things so personally, it helps. I always struggle with being too either passive or aggressive. And so I would be so passive and you would just keep getting away with it, you know, with saying and doing things that were really, in my mind and from my perception, disrespectful. And then I just completely snap and it's like, whoa, where did that come from? So even just the last 10 years, I've been really working on like just being assertive, having uncomfortable conversations, checking my tone, checking my own ego and all my extra stuff. And then either we can move forward together or we move forward separately. But either way, at least I express myself and I'm not thinking about it a year later, like, damn, why didn't I say how I really feel?
Yes. All right, y'all. I have like 2 more questions. We have about 15 more minutes, so gonna speed this up a little bit. How important is friendship to you all?
I mean, God, that's a loaded question. For me, it's everything, because we go through different things in our life, and oftentimes we feel lonely even though we're not alone. And there is a difference between the two, right? You can be lonely and have a phone book full of people you can talk to. But oftentimes we get in our little zones, and I think that's when our friends are there, where that text comes through. Hey, what you doing? How you doing? You know, what are you up to? Or, you know, that FaceTime that you didn't expect to come through comes through. You know, it's just, to me, friends are such a lifeline, and it's so important that you have them in your life. You know, if not friends, plural, a friend, you know, singular.
Yeah. Yes, ditto. Amen. Anyone else?
I'd agree. Just with what I say, I think it's important for me for the type of person that I am. I like friends, and I like having a lot of them. And I'm blessed. Let me put it this way: I am blessed to have the amount of friends that I do have. As a 35-year-old woman, I am blessed that, you know, because a lot of people wouldn't even have this many friends on a call. Nope. You know, so I'm just blessed that I have all these people to call friends.
Definitely. Yeah, friendship's important. And like, piggyback off with Dan, like, legitimately, like, God definitely placed y'all in my life, because it goes without saying, it goes without fail. It doesn't matter what's going on in my life, I get those randoms from one of you all. Those random calls, those random text messages, just in the nick of time, just when I need it, like, randomly. So, like, friendship for me is definitely important. You know, for me, throwing it back, I didn't have a whole lot of friends when I was a kid. Like, I was weird, awkward, all this stuff. So now in my adult life, to have the type of friends and friendships that I have with you all and with my other friends and stuff, excuse me, that's very important.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think friends are so important.
This is why you got the most funny, because you're being funny now. Yes.
You know, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know, E. All right, I don't know, bro.
I knew it was coming.
I know. I was like, damn, is he
okay? Oh, man.
Ready.
All right.
I know, I definitely have mine in my pocket. I was
okay,
like,
you ready? Flip that thing on real fast, like, wait a minute, hold on.
No, I think so often, at least for me, I can so easily get caught up in work and family and all this different stuff. And I love my friends, but I've been trying to be better about showing that, like showing up more, calling more, texting more. I feel like I had way more friends when I was younger, but now it's like, you know, quality over quantity. Like the people that are really there for you no matter what, that understand that I'm not the person that can call you every day or every other day, but I love you. And I'm not calling anybody, so it's not that I love you any less, but just accepting me for who I am, because I know, you know, I'm not as present and not everybody can handle that. But I appreciate you guys for not feeling like I'm trying to act funny and knowing like I love y'all. And if I'm kicking it with anybody, I'm kicking it with you.
Yes. Awesome.
That's a fact.
Yes.
What was the question again?
How important is friendship to you? And I have one more.
I was going to say, too many hookups. I wouldn't have met Vinny if I didn't know Tasha, bro. It's so many things that wouldn't happen in my life if it wasn't for friends. I wouldn't have had the best time in Oakland without Jasmine. Like that.
Yo.
You know what I mean? The best time.
Oakland.
Just the memories. I still think about what was our spot, bro? Like I'm like blanking right now, but come on, bro. Yeah, I still like I find myself reminiscing because I have that picture up that I showed y'all. Like I see that and I think about it all the time. Like we looking good still. I know we was in there bopping, like. Just too many of those moments. I mean, like when I think about good times and the best times of my life, like. I mean, Tasha's wedding is how I got back to California. Like, it's little moments like this that bring us back to, like, this is home for me. Like, this is where I want to be. These are my friends that I want to kick it with. So, I'm back in California. Back.
All right, last question, real quick, and please make your answers really, really quick so that way I can do my outro. We like to talk. Give me your favorite memory with FUTIV. And for those out there that don't know what FUTIV is, it's the acronym that we gave our.
I said Q-tip. I was like Q-tip.
FUTIV, friends until the very. So
okay.
Just quick, like one quick sentence, whatever your favorite memory.
Oh my God.
I'll go real quick. Bench and bar, all those times when I used to still drink, baby, face down, ass up. Like,
Bench and bar, man. Those were the days. All right. Who else?
Well, I'm going to say Tahoe when y'all was eating those jelly beans. That was
hilarious.
My God. Tahoe was dope. It was a good one. Yeah.
I'm going to jump on that train. And even though I don't remember much,
I wonder why.
I'm going to say, because it's so many, but as a group, it would either have to be bench and bar when everybody would come out. And mind you, I was new, so I didn't know everybody. So I just knew of these names until I got to see them. But outside of that, it would definitely be that Tahoe trip was pretty epic.
Yeah. What else you got?
Anytime we've been at the lake together. I don't care what time it was, but anytime we've been at the lake, I feel like it's always been a vibe. So all those memories stick with me for sure.
Definitely. For me, yeah, I thought about the lake like the last time we were together when it was windy as hell and we were trying to barbecue and everything blew over. Great times. That or our Thirsty Thursdays, hopping from bench and bar, going to bench and bar for the happy hour on Thursdays and a little bit of karaoke, then leaving there and getting our dirty wine on to the sounds of the reggaeton in Somar, okay? So, yeah, we've had a lot of good memories over the years. Like I said, next year, I'll just say next summer, will be our 10th anniversary of this friend group, which is crazy because a lot of people don't have friends who've lasted 10 years, and it's pretty dope that we all have been able to do that and successfully do that. And like I said, I feel our group is so different, so unique that I'm sure there's other people out there just like us. But in my life, in the paths I've crossed, we're one of a kind, baby. We're unique, special, and all that in a bag of chips, okay? Because like I said, I can't recall a time where we've really been mad or pissed off, not wanting to deal with each other, where we've talked about each other behind each other's backs. None of that shady nonsense or craziness. We've never done that. And I'm so blessed and so grateful and so thankful that I do have each and every last one of you here in my life, in our friend circle. It's amazing. It is great. So to close out, I just want to thank each and every last one of you for being a part of this Zoom meeting to discuss about friendship. Because like I said, what about your friends? Are your friends like my friends? My friends are fucking dope. Dope AF, okay? Look, I'll brag all day. Brag all day. So thank you all again for showing up. I will tag you all in the video so people can know where to find you guys at. So everyone, please follow my friends here. They're all doing amazing stuff in their own right. And until we meet again, you guys, we got our group chat and all that fun stuff. And hopefully we will see each other in person soon. COVID fucked that shit up royally because I was 2-3 trips to the Bay a year and it went to this. It went to this. I'm stuck down here like, needing to get to the bay. But anyways, you all, any last remarks or whatever? We have like about 5 more minutes. If anybody want to say any last words, go ahead. This is your time. If not, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. I love you. I can't wait to see you all, bug you all, and do all the stuff that, only I can do. And you guys do all the stuff that only you guys can do because of who you are. So, anybody have any last words?
Love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for putting this together, Elias. This was very nice, and it was so great seeing all of you guys, like seeing your faces. We do text every day, but it is different that when you get to see you. Also, Elias, great. Thank you for inviting me, and it's good seeing you.
Yes. Thank you all for coming. We're missing 2 members from our friend group. So shout out to Grace and Max. Wish you guys could have been on for this. That would have been awesome. But, I understand, we got lives. That's part of being friends. You have to understand your friends have lives. You can't always be there. Okay. But like I said, when we're there, we're there. So until next time, this has been Drink and Dish. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you want to see. Tell me, feed me what you want me to feed back into you, okay? Until next time, I'm Elias-The, and this is Drink and Dish. Peace.